Black Friday alone was 35,000 items.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
35,000 items for Black Friday.
What does that look like in terms of revenue just for Black Friday?
that weekend was a little over $1 million.
What if I told you for $1, I will introduce you to hundreds of entrepreneurs every single morning this week? From all across the country, you'll be able to talk to hundreds of entrepreneurs, and I'll coach you. I'll coach you for $1 this whole week, and I'll introduce you to some of my successful friends for $1 this week. Would you take part in that? Well, go to themorningmeetup.com because that's exactly what we're doing here, okay? The only organization that gathers entrepreneurs every single day for the betterment of entrepreneurship, okay? Every single day, Monday through Friday, we gather, we're growing, we're learning. We got a book club. Have you ever seen hundreds of entrepreneurs reading the same book every single chapter, every single day? We're growing together, okay? You need the environment to grow in. Themorningmeetup.com, $1. I'm gonna give you all of this for $1. If you wanna stay, great. It's $79 a month after that. If not, no obligation. You can leave whenever you want. All right? themorningmeetup.com. I'll see you in the morning. Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast, where we find dope people that did dope stuff. And this is actually the second time these gentlemen have been on the podcast, but a lot has changed. A lot has changed. So really excited to have you gentlemen back, man. First off, Donni, how are you? How was your week?
My week was awesome. I had an amazing week. I got to hang out with you a little bit.
You did. You did. And that's a pleasure.
I mean,
that's definitely the makings of an amazing week.
So, you know, what's interesting is because whatever my original plan was to be self-isolated, to really get some work done. I got to get a grasp on my business in terms of where it is right now. I end up going out to Miami, supposed to be in complete solitude. As soon as I touched down, I hadn't even gotten in the Uber yet. And Chance is like, yo, what's up? Where you at? We're eating. And he knows that that's all you got to tell me. All you got to do is tell me we're eating. Where we at? Run it. So then it was a nonstop weekend of meeting after meeting, person after person, fun after fun. We had a good time, but I got nothing done playing with you.
Okay. That was my fault. Shouts out to that. Okay.
Absolutely. How was your week?
It was good. It was good. My week was really, really good. Just got a lot done. Every week is building on the previous week.
That's you got good. A lot done?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I interviewed Spectacular. I interviewed my man Bees. I interviewed Grant Cardone. Yeah. I hired they actually start tomorrow, a full-time videographer.
Oh, nice.
Full-time. So I don't have to set up all this stuff. Y'all can't see it, but this is ridiculous. Y'all got to see it. And when I went to Miami to interview everybody else, like I'm carrying like luggage.
Yeah. I see your videos.
And then I set up, and then it's crazy. So
how you gonna build off last week? You got us. That ain't building.
Well, I mean,
it is
outside of, but what people don't realize is every single episode grows my brand tremendously.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And people like the podcast and they like being involved. And I'm trying to set up more things so that people can be even more connected and closer, such as themorningmeetup.com. Just go to themorningmeetup.com. It's awesome play. But how was y'all week, man?
It was cool. Been getting out orders.
Yesterday, it didn't seem cool. I looked on the stories. It didn't seem cool.
What happened yesterday? I missed it.
It's just being an entrepreneur. You know, everybody sees the beautiful part of it, but they don't see like, we were in there at Sunday night at, 11 p.m. working, like moving boxes and packing orders. So everybody sees, Super Right Colleges, you got a Chris Paul, but you don't see us like in there. And so we got in there today around 10 a.m. and we were back to doing the same thing.
Yeah, I saw y'all.
We're going back after this.
Goodness gracious.
Is there something right now is this everyday business, or is there something happening right now?
It's a number of things. We're just scaling up, and we're just trying to, it's hard to scale when you have such a small team. And then just things change. People are getting new jobs. And so we're like stepping in to fill voids.
I don't know. Sounds like they need me.
Yeah.
Listen.
Sounds like they need me.
Come on, man. What you got?
We're going to talk about it off camera, but it sounds like.
I was talking to somebody who was, I was doing an interview. It might have been Spec. I don't know. But he said when your business grows, you incur more overhead. Because you want to expand your team, but you start paying people out.
Yes.
And your overhead just starts to grow. And that's not necessarily...
Yeah.
Not saying you should definitely hire That's some good overhead right there. But so as you guys are growing, and I just say it because you have a small team. Before we get into that, just introduce yourself. We'll never say your names.
We'll never say your
into
names.
the bars. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
I forgot that we even didn't introduce ourselves. I'll start. My name is Corey Arbinger. I serve as one of the CEOs of a company called Support Black Colleges.
Justin Phillips, one of the CEOs of a brand called Support Black Colleges. We inspire, uplift, and raise awareness for HBCUs. So
Absolutely. How many hoodies have you guys sold?
Last year.
Or how many products, if you had to?
Oh, that's tough. Black Friday alone was 35,000 items.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
35,000 items for Black Friday.
What does that look like in terms of revenue just for Black Friday?
that weekend was a little over $1 million.
Okay.
A little over $1 million for the weekend.
Yeah.
That's so impressive.
Was that the first time that you guys did that?
Mm-hmm.
In a weekend, for sure.
Yeah. How'd that feel? Like, was that a moment for you where it raised the bar for everything going forward? Or is that just something that you're like thinking and programmed to say, okay, next Black Friday, we know that we'll do at least $1.5 million, $2 million?
I think, well, me and Justin, so whenever you ask us a question, we're going to have two different responses because we are two totally different people. As you can see, he's more chill, relaxed. I'm more outgoing, outspoken. So for me, I thought two things instantly. I was trying to reach a goal of $1 million. I was like pressed on it. And so we reached it and I was like, yeah, we did it. And then almost like probably 5 hours later, I'm like, yo, how are we going to fulfill all these orders? I wanted to do this, but then I'm like, wait, I didn't even like think of the next step. So that was my initial reaction.
Yeah.
For me, I had we started maybe a few $1,000s a month. So anytime we start to get into $20,000 a day, 50,000, 100,000, now it kind of just becomes like a game. Excuse me. It's like, all right, what can we do next? So it's just, I just look at it as what strategies and tactics can we implement and how high can we take this game? And it's kind of fun.
I like it.
I think what's super interesting is you guys built this business, Support Black Colleges, and 7-figure business. But now I'm seeing you both branching off to build your own personal brand. So you dropped your ebook first, right? How did you do with your ebook?
How did I do?
Yeah.
It was really good. 5 figures, multiple 5 figures in the first month, and it's been carrying over. Same month of. Excuse me, my bad, y'all.
You ain't got that thing, do you?
Nah, I need some.
Oh, here, I'm drinking my vitamin C.
Justin's in puberty right now.
Is your voice changing now, Justin?
There we go.
Nothing changes?
Nah, but we did really good the first few months, and it's still going strong. So yeah.
Got you. And then Corey, you did something interesting for your birthday. Walk me through that.
Yeah, so just to preface it, the reason why I did my ebook was because Justin did an ebook.
I bet. I knew that was the only reason.
No, for sure.
Corey, hold on. Justin, you gonna get some other money? I'm gonna get some other money.
Nah, this is how it really happened too. I said, because he wasn't gonna do it. And then I said, Corey, bro, I would be wrong if I did not tell you to do this. Bro, sit down for a few days and get it done. You're gonna make a lot of money, bro.
You said that multiple times.
Yeah.
But see, this is crazy because it started with Neo telling Justin to do it.
Right.
And then he did it and I saw what happened. And I'm like, and then Justin's like, Corey, you need to do it. And so I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like, all right, now I see how people are doing it. Let me figure out a way to make it hit bigger when I drop it. I'm not an author. I didn't team up with anybody. I just did it all myself. And so I was like, well, my birthday is coming up. This is December 6th. My birthday's coming up January 14th. I'm like, let me see if I can continue to build my Clubhouse following and get a bunch of big people on there. And let's just do a room about what my book is talking about. And that's what we did. And that day was wild. Everybody's like, what'd you do for your birthday? I was like, I was on Clubhouse. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, and I made a lot of money. So
What you make on that
I did
day?
$40,000 that day.
40,000
that day on your ebook.
On an ebook that no one knew about previous to that day.
How much are you selling your ebook for?
So that day I sold it for $5.99. So now
$5.99.
Yeah, $5.99. $5.99.
You did $40,000 on a $6 product.
Yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
We was in the group chat and oh my gosh, I shouldn't even said it because
You're in a what?
See, I knew it.
So Justin, there's another group chat?
we're in
You text separately.
Is there? Okay, we have our thing going on.
Yeah, y'all keep your thing. So I remember we're in the chat and Neo's like, don't do a $5.99.
Yeah.
Don't do Neo sees it on a bigger level.
Yeah.
So what was the strategy behind the $5.99? Because I like how you did it because you scaled it up or something like that.
Yeah, I did $5.99 and then they knew that after that 24 hours was going to be $29.99. So the reason why I did that, I wanted data. I'm thinking long term. I'm not thinking of I could charge $10 or $9.99 and got, probably the same amount of money with less emails, less contacts, or whatever. But I wanted to help as many people as possible so they can turn into supporters and people who really promote what I have going on, which I've seen instantly. And so I knew that, you get a $5.99. Most people won't use everything or even read everything.
Yeah.
They're gonna look at it, pick out their parts. They're gonna post it on social media, and I'm gonna be able to use that as testimonials. So I was like, let me get as many testimonies as possible.
Right.
I'll scale it up, and people will believe, the scale because they saw all the other people. And then on top of that, I knew that I was gonna be dropping more products. So I'm like, it's the first one. Let me just go.
You want some free game for an ebook real quick?
Yes,
Put us on the
course.
free game.
Free game. I had to lace my boy Corey up. Whenever you do your ebook and you have a commitment page, when you make them sign it or whatever, you have to tell them to sign the page on their story on Instagram and then tag you. So that way everybody who signs it or reads it, they take a screenshot of that page and then they tag it on their social media and then it spreads even
I'm
more.
lost.
So you're
what do you
committed.
mean?
Yeah. So basically, on my second page, it's like my cover, my
But
about.
hold on,
me.
we gotta walk through the pages. So when you come
Yeah.
onto your main landing page to buy your book, $5.99.
Yep.
And then after they buy that, it goes to another page.
Yeah, it gives them the book, the download link.
Yes.
So once they download the book, the first thing they see when they open the book is the cover. That next page is like about Corey, who I am as an author.
Right.
And then that very first page before you get into any of the content, it says this is a commitment page. So basically, I'm saying, what's going on? You took the first step. You decided to buy the book. I'm inspiring you. I'm uplifting you. I'm letting you know, look, we're going to do this together. But I need you to say that. I need you to commit right now that you're going to finish this book to the end and implement it. But I say, in order to hold yourself accountable, put it on your story and tag me so that I can see that you're with me.
Wow.
And then
On
other people can
it.
see. And now
I'm on it.
Now you know that they can use like the pin tool and stuff on their Instagram story. So they'll sign it with their signature and then they'll tag you. So now you might have sold 1,500 books or 2,000, but now it's out to multiple times the amount of people.
Amazing. How long did it take y'all to write the book?
Mine took me like 7 days, maybe like 14, a week or two.
Hours. How many?
Hours?
About
Probably about 20.
20 hours?
Yeah.
What about
I'll
you?
say about hour straight, probably 48.
48 hours?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's like just sitting down and actually doing it because
How long is it, y'all?
Mine's 77 pages.
Yeah, mine's 85.
Got you.
Both of ours is like text. It's not pictures. It's like text.
Like all game, all
And
information.
information. And I almost was scared mine was too long. I'm like, is this too long for an ebook? But everybody's like, man, I haven't seen the ebook this long.
Wow. Donnie, what are you doing?
I'm taking my note.
You texting somebody. Who you text? Look at her. She is taking notes. Okay. You don't want to let that bar go.
I'm not letting the bar go.
I'm taking that note right now. She's actually taking notes. All right. So is it a part of a funnel or is you just bought the book? So walk me through yours, John.
The funnel?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got a bunch of ads out too. So we got a few different things. We got top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Top of funnel is just like kind of fluff, just saying, hey, are you a Shopify store owner? Do you do this and that? Do you want this and that? You hit all of the pain points that they have. Most of the pain points in our industry, they don't have the right vendors. They don't know which freelancers to contact. They don't know how to build a store. So I talk about all of those things. Middle of funnel is after they see that video and they don't take action. I say, hey, you saw the page. I know you're serious about your store, but you didn't take action. Come on, just come back to the page and hit the same pain points again, but go a little bit deeper. And then if they don't take action in, go down to bottom of funnel and say, hey, look, this is my last time trying to get you in. Here's the code, blah, blah, blah. It's going to give you 50% off because the ebook's 99, 95% margins. It don't really matter what you acquire the customer for. Right. And then you give them 50% off on that bottom. Then, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the funnel as far as the ads go. And then it takes them to the landing page, which is a click funnel in itself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So walk me through or is yours just buy the book?
Mine just buy the book. I'm not doing anything he's doing.
I was in Justin's funnel like 2 weeks ago and was like, damn, I'm about to buy this too. I put it in the group chat. I went through like 4 different purchases in your funnel. God damn it, he got me. Because I just wanted to know where the funnel was going to take me next. Because now I'm doing it with my clients, right?
Yo, this is what we're going to do for our Miami trip.
Yeah.
We are going to write out the ebook in maybe 6-hour blocks where we just sit there and write. How you feel about it?
I wrote my whole book in 24 hours. So I'm all about blocking it out and getting it done. Are we doing an ebook or is this me helping you with your ebook?
First off, I'll help you with your ebook. I'm writing my own. You're writing your own.
Okay, we'll do it.
Free game.
Well, I thought we were doing it together.
We're writing an ebook together?
Let's
When
get
did
it.
you think that?
I don't know. I thought that's what you were getting at just now. It would have been the first time I heard of it.
Oh, no. Write them on.
All right, cool.
But for those who
They make 5 figures separately.
Separate? You said separate? We don't have to do everything together.
It's important to know.
for those who can't block out that time and write, you can also like do voice memos and have somebody transcribe it too. I've seen a lot of people talk about that as well. So
That's a play.
you know.
Yeah, that's a play. That's a play.
And just to let you know, I am going to do ads and stuff like that. He was just a little more calculated and set up than me. I'm just trying to get out with my birthday. Yeah. And now I'm like, all right, I need to do these ads. I miss out on a lot of people, but I got a lot of data. So,
but that's the thing. He geeks out.
I was going to say,
that's how we're different.
He's the most disciplined between the two. Well, are you the most disciplined?
There's no question.
So you're the spontaneous person.
Oh yeah, I'm just doing stuff. I'm just seeing what sticks.
So do you have to, this is cool because I know that you guys have been on the podcast before, so I want to make sure we touch a different angle. And I know that you were just on the podcast.
Don't do that.
2 weeks ago or something like that. So I want to touch a different angle. Like I want to talk about partnerships. And I mean, we're going to talk about a lot, the business and everything, but being two completely different people in partnership. First of all, how long has the partnership existed?
We've been friends for like 8-9 years.
Okay.
So, but we were doing parties together before we even did this business. So
in Atlanta?
No, in DC when we went to Howard.
Okay.
So,
we met in college.
Yeah.
He was a freshman. I was a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we had told the story already.
I think we did on the first one.
Yeah, we just basically...
Let's tell us. Let's reiterate.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So we met. I was doing a party. I think it was like a house party somewhere. And I saw this kid sitting outside. This is when Justin had his hair out. He used to have this big afro. And so I'm like, who is this kid sitting outside on the sidewalk just outside the party? I thought he was like maybe drunk or something. Like, and I was like, I just wanted to go check him. Like, hey, you straight? And so when I got there, he was like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm just like seeing what y'all got going on. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I used to throw parties in Houston. I'm just trying to see who get all the money out here. And so I'm like, well, come inside, my boy. Like, you a freshman. Like, come on, man. This is lit in here. And so he ended up coming in and chilling. But I ended up connecting with him because I'm like, you don't see freshmen like trying to see what's going on when they first get to camp. Just like the first second week of school. And so normally everybody just trying to get lit and whatever. And he was trying to get to the money. So I always respected that about him. And so from then on, like, I just started trying to involve him in stuff. And then he started doing his own things. Like, he was throwing his own parties as a freshman and doing just stuff that freshmen don't do. And I always saw that in him. So that's how we got cool. And, you know, I got to see his business mind, and from there we kind of just grew.
Yeah, and then we started throwing parties together. And I mean, I skipped the grades, so I was like 17 in college.
Yeah, he couldn't even get to half the clubs that we were in.
I couldn't even get into our own parties.
But you were throwing them, making the bag on the back.
You would get in because we would meet with the owners before, and then obviously they knew his face, so we never got ID. But he was 17 in them clubs.
We were young. We've been partners for a long time. And back then we were doing like $10,000, $15,000 a month, just like 2 kids. I was like 17. So I tried to drop out every year. Like my mom was like, no, you got to stay in school.
So tried to drop out.
I was just like,
I was so worried he was going to drop out. I'm like, nah, you can't. I need you here. So thank God he stayed. But yeah, I mean, we were making a lot of money back then, but to us, I mean, I don't know where any of that money is. I was blowing it. I don't know what I was buying. I don't even have anything to show for that. But I mean, we were kids and we were just having fun and creating experiences. And I always say that if you're a party promoter, you can almost do anything in life because all we're doing is selling the same party every weekend. We're just marketing and branding a different way. We're giving it a different name, a different theme. And so I use that for a lot of things I do in life. I'm selling the same stuff. I'm just marketing it and branding it better or different than someone else.
Is that what you studied in school, marketing?
PR. So I started off as an international business major. I thought it'd be cool to have a suit and tie and that's what I thought I wanted. And then once,
look at you now.
Yeah, I mean, this is every day.
This is it.
Funny story, but I mean, I used to wear a suit like every day in college. Like, almost every day.
Bow tie and all.
Really?
Yeah.
Bow tie.
Yeah.
A real
You went in with the bow tie?
Yeah, I used to come in with my little briefcase. I thought that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, pictures?
Can you imagine?
Tell me there's a picture, bro.
That's
With a bow tie and a brief.
Bro,
I'm trying to see that.
with the hats.
No.
I need to see it.
I'll show you pictures. But that's who I thought I wanted to be until I took accounting. And accounting humbled me really fast. And I was like, yep, this is not for me. The next year, after I failed it twice, I went to PR. Okay. I didn't have to take any math.
Failed it twice. That was a wrap on that. Wasn't gonna be a third
I wasn't
time.
gonna keep doing it. Like I was actually studying for that class. Like I was actually trying, and I was like getting D- like faithfully. So I was like, yeah. I heard in the School of Communications you didn't have to take math. So I was like, oh, bet it's easy.
Let's do it.
So then I switched over, and now we're here.
So then y'all separated, and y'all came back. So tell that story real briefly.
Yeah. So he went to Houston. I stayed in DC. And I, at the time, was working for a guy named Sean Parker, one of the guys who created Facebook. He had this app called
You were
Airtime.
working for Sean Parker?
Yeah, I was working for Sean Parker.
Wow.
Which was a great experience. It was amazing. I was living in DC and New York. So I had an apartment in DC and an apartment in New York. I used to fly out there once a month and work with him. And we were working on this app called Airtime. It was a startup. It was a video chat app that you could YouTube. It was really cool. So I was doing that. And then Justin was in Houston working for a marketing company.
Yeah, I had graduated and then
What'd you major in?
Audio production, and I minored in graphic design randomly. But not using.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I did, bro. But not using much of either one of those right now. But yeah, after I graduated, went back to the crib. I was staying with my mom for a while, and then I got a job like a week or two with staying with my mom, and then I moved out, got my own apartment, and then worked there for like 6 months. Quit because I just didn't want to work for anybody, and then I built up like maybe $700, $1,000 of like side income from like managing people's Instagrams and stuff. That was enough for me, pay my rent, eat, and I also was living with 5 people in my like 1-bedroom apartment. So I was by myself at first, but then my cousins was like, yo, we like stuck, we need help, or whatever. I was like, oh, y'all can come stay with me. So it was like 3 or 4 or 5 of us all in like one bedroom apartment. And yeah, then got into a bunch of other stuff. We talked about it before, like illegal activities that I shouldn't have been doing. And then Corey hit me up and was like, yo, come out, let's do this, let's take it seriously. And then I was like, whatever. It's like 5-6 months went by. And then he was like, bro, come on, like, let's do it for real. And I was like, all right, cool, I got nothing to lose. And at that point, it was like, I was doing the illegal side, and then I was doing
Were you a dope boy, Justin?
Nah. We won't get into those topics, but it came to a point to where I had to make a decision where I was gonna go all the way in on this type of lifestyle or go all the way in on the positive side.
I can't even see you doing anything illegal. You're so sweet.
Oh, thanks.
Yo, but you got to remember, he stays in his room and he geeks out and learns stuff.
Oh, you're one of those kind. Okay, I see. Yeah.
But I ended up making the choice to go out with Corey, and
so I saved his life, basically.
You did. Absolutely.
He's never told me, but I saved his life.
Is that what happened? Will you give him credit on the Social Proof podcast for saving or changing your life?
I'll give Corey credit for that.
The camera's rolling. Why not?
Camera's on.
You see this head movement?
I'll give him. Take a look.
He wants it.
Right. He wants you to pay homage to him.
Give me credit.
And then I remember you kind of saved up some money and you were able to buy into Support Black College.
Yeah. So during my job, I was getting paid $4,000 a month, and my rent was so low because we live with 4 or 5 people. I was paying like maybe $150 like in rent and then just food or whatever. We were all splitting it. So I was able to save the majority of my income. So working there for 6 months, I had about $10,000 saved up. Corey, I went out to Atlanta to visit just to see what it was like. He said, hey, I got $20,000 in inventory. If you really want to do this, let's, go half with me. He didn't know that I only had $10,000 and 2 cents in my bank account. Transferred it all over to him, had 2 pennies left. Didn't know how I was going to eat, pay rent, none of that. But I didn't tell him. I figured out some type of way. And I did. And I ate Chipotle every single day, 1 time a day for the next 30 days, $7.46 every single burrito.
You were fancy.
Nah.
Chipotle is fancy.
Yo, but think about this. I got $10,000. An opportunity comes across to say, yo, you give me $10,000, you can have half of this company. And we'll just go half and we'll build it. So he goes at it.
Everything he got.
Everything. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Yo, that's amazing.
And I think that, it's funny because I think I found that out like maybe a year or 2 ago that he only had 2 cents. I didn't know because he never said that to me, but we were just doing the work. And so one thing I think that the reason why he was willing to do that, not only was I persistent, so I'm like, bro, I was like,
so you needed help.
Yeah, I needed help. And I knew that he was the person that could help me because we had worked on so many different things together. And so I think that with that, and then also like us working together previously, like, and knowing how he operates, knowing how he acts when things get bad, when things are good. Like I understood who he was as a person, and I knew I needed somebody analytical that could break down the things that I'm weak at and, implement it for the business for positive. I think that's why it just worked so well. But me and him, we both about getting into the money. So I knew no matter what, we were going to make more money than we started off with. And that's kind of initially how we started. Because people are like, oh, did you know you were going to be here? Like we had every time we do something new or big, it's like we had no clue because we just started just because we wanted to take the business to the next level, and that was it.
Me and Donnie, we got $10,000. Can we get down?
Right.
Can we put in?
What can we do with y'all with $10,000?
We got the same 10,000 Justin had, okay? Got the same 10,000 Justin had, okay?
We working. We working.
We don't even need 8%, like 10%.
Hold up. Who's working?
I gotta
later.
Justin.
Let me say something about Justin.
Oh, really?
Justin got a lot of side things going on.
I'm out of here. What are we doing? Because if we're working, we're working.
That's fine.
Okay, just making sure. On camera, it's on camera.
I'm not
I will sue the crap out of
I'm not
y'all.
working.
Let a business opportunity come up that my name is not involved on. It's on camera. I'm suing everybody involved.
I'm not a part of this. I'm going to put that out there. I don't know anything about what they're talking about.
Here's the thing, because I asked Justin this question, and y'all have this business, Support Black Colleges, and Justin drops his ebook in terms of like he's personally branded, like doing this thing. At any point, did you feel a certain type of way about that?
All the time. I always feel type of way.
Really?
Yeah.
See, no, so you're like me. Yeah. I would feel a way. That's why I asked him the question.
Yeah.
Well, Justin was like, nah, he goes.
I doesn't feel a way.
Because, so for me, I don't think that, I wasn't like upset at him necessarily. I was just wondering why he didn't involve me because our journey was together.
Yes.
And so you're dropping an ebook on stuff that we learned together. So, but also you have to understand who the person is. So Justin didn't do it maliciously. He said, I'm gonna do this, and he did it.
Yeah,
like that's
sure.
It's not, you can't overthink stuff like that. That's why I'm glad I understand and know him. So then he's like, you do one too. So I'm like, all right, bet.
Right.
And so, sometimes I take things to the heart a lot though.
Yeah,
that's just who I am as a person. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So I'm like, why am I not involved in this? Like, why? Like,
have you ever heard this before? This conversation?
Halfway. I kind of figured it.
Yeah.
But like, because Corey knows how I move too. So for me, whenever I invest a lot of money or a lot of time in things, I don't like to include people until I know that it works. Mm-hmm. So like I tried stuff that failed that Corey doesn't even know that I failed at, but I didn't bring him in because I failed at it. So what's the point of sharing it with you? So the things that I do well, I do it myself. I learn it. And then I say, hey, here's the game. You go do it yourself too. So,
and I'm totally different because when we started the business Support Black Colleges, we didn't know we was gonna fail or not, but we came up together and look what happened. Yeah. So it's just like two different. We just think two different.
Y'all need to talk more. Y'all need to have more conversations.
Justin doesn't really talk to me. We live together.
Right.
He doesn't really talk to me.
Are y'all friends? Like, do y'all even love each other?
We're friends.
That's Justin. He's like
it's really Justin. It's not me.
Only because I've been studying like human behavior, and because you guys are so far on the spectrum. That's why I asked the question, because Justin would think, yo, I'm in my world. This is where I reside. This is where I live. But because I know Corey's more like me on the high eye, we can kind of get into that. But he's more outgoing and he's going to feel more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's probably going to hold it. Yeah. And I don't want to say anything, but because can I say something? He's a grown man, but I want to say. So I feel like y'all probably need to talk more.
I think also it's like in general, you know that.
Do they need therapy?
In general, you know that you have this person's best interest at heart, and then you know that you would never do anything to double cross this person. Like you know that that's the basis of the relationship, so it's never anything wrong there. But then another thing, because I think through all of these things as well too. One of my first thoughts was, even if I tell somebody and package the game up and give it to them, it's going to come from a different standpoint as if Corey did it. So our books are completely different, have totally different information. And then even the audience, the way, if I tell you and Donnie how to scale your business up, a clothing brand, she's going to take it and do it one way, and you're going to take it and do it the other way, even if I give you the exact same information. So for me, it was like, it doesn't even matter. And I thought through all of those things as well too. So
yeah.
And it's interesting because, like we are so different. I actually don't think me and Justin talk that much. We talk a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, because we live together, but we don't talk as much as like maybe Justin with his best friends or me with my best friends. And I think that a part of it is we're always around each other. It's going to almost like we're not really thinking about it, but we haven't like said too much because Justin goes and works on his things and I work on my things, but it's towards the same goal. We have the same goal in mind. We just do different things. So Justin's on the phone almost all day, like working out stuff, like who Lord knows what. But like I know when the results come in, it's like, oh, that's what you was doing, and I'm in there like making sure everything's running in the warehouse and doing different things as well. So
yeah, I want to know that part. I want to break that part down. What do you guys contribute to the business individual? Like, what's your roles?
Yeah, I can go first. So I'm more so like digital strategy. So like Instagram, Facebook, SEO, YouTube, Google, all of that stuff. I handle all of the freelancers, handle all of the overseas stuff with like the suppliers. I just stopped doing all of the ordering for all of the clothing. So like ordering all the clothes, vendor solutions with people overseas, digital strategy, and
all the stuff I hate doing. Everything he just said, I'm cringing. I'm like him when he's talking to people who don't speak English, I be losing it. I don't understand how he's doing. I'm losing it. I'm just listening to him. But that's who he is. He has the patience. I'm more like creative. So anything you see on social media, anything you ever see from us, like the ads and stuff, I'm like helping those concepts, building that out. All the pretty stuff. So like all the influencers, the Chris Paul thing, any influencer we had has been mostly me. And then I just help with like some of the designs and making sure we like staying on it. I'm doing I redo the website. I just things like that. So we kind of both have our own things. I also try to tap in with the staff more, but Justin speaks a certain way to the staff. I speak a certain way to the staff. And so like we have different ways of like teaching and implementing stuff as well. I'm a little more stern and like,
gotcha.
So they like Justin more.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you, so there's a problem involving a person on your staff. How do you handle it versus how do you handle it?
What's the problem?
Yeah.
They're late all the time.
Yeah, something like that.
So the thing is this, and Justin may have his own perspective, but I feel like Justin's the last person to talk to somebody. So normally it's like our warehouse management, the person we have, or my sister. Then it gets to me because I see the annoyance in my sister or that person. And then I come at a certain way. The first time it's going to be like, hey, what's going on? Da, da, da. The next time it's going to be like, what is you on? And then at that point when I feel like I'm going to be disrespectful, then comes Justin. And he's like, hey, bro. So like, man, what's going on, man? Like, and it's all cool. And they're like, now Justin's the hero and everything's safe. That's how I see it.
They get it together.
Let me see how you see it, Justin. What's your perspective?
I just, like, I be in there a lot too. So, like, most of the times I do, like, 12, 16-hour days in there. So, like, I'm with everybody and, like, have a good relationship with everyone. So, I know a little bit about who they are as people, who they are outside the job, stuff like that. So, I just operate from a position of just empathy in general, like, trying to understand what's going on and why. And then also, I think because I'm there so much, they see that I'm willing to like get in and do the work with them multiple days and multiple hours and stay after them. So it like might hit a little different for them when I say, hey bro, like you've been on your phone all day, fam. Like we really in here. You see me in here too. Like if you wouldn't mind, can you just not be on your phone for like, you know, however long? And then they just don't. So that's how I say, but I always operate from a position of like empathy, patience, thankfulness, gratitude that they're like even willing to do this and that we have this ability to hire Black people and stuff. And then I look at it from that standpoint. So
what's going on, family? I know you're enjoying the episode, but I got to tell you about these 3 Atlanta-based entrepreneurs that came together. They're called the Cash Flow Kings. Why? Because they got a bunch of cash flow. Don't you want that? They're putting on an event called the Cash Flow Triple Threat. And what this Cash Flow Triple Threat is they're gonna teach you the game on real estate, stocks, and trucking. 3 proven industries, okay? April 24th at 11 a.m., they're doing a free training, either in person or online. You could be a virtual student or you could meet these kings in person, okay? At the Black House in Atlanta, AKA the Legacy Center, okay? April 24th at 11 a.m. They're gonna give you, it's free, but when you register for free, even if you can't make it, you'll get access to the free replay. Now, I don't know how to tell it to you any better than this. If you want to turn your 2021 around, you are going to go to www.3kingsweekend.com. 3kingsweekend.com. Meet Mr. Isaac Grace, Lawrence Eagleston, and Danye Kamal. All right? Back to the episode.
Dang, I can imagine Corey like, yo, bro, your phone, fam.
But also, too, I think it comes with me and Justin's experiences. Because I've worked where I had to like go into a job and like I understand like how a certain company, I work for many companies. Justin hasn't had many jobs. Yeah. So I also think that people take advantage of us because we are so nice. And so I kind of see that. And Justin may miss some of those things because I know how other employees used to act when I was on a job. And I see some of the same things happening. So I'm like, I know you like, we had to let somebody go, and they did something that I did at my last job that got me fired.
Yeah, you know what?
The firing?
First off, I'm sorry because you posted you did a little rant the other day, and I was like, something really happened. I was like, yo, what happened? So tell me about that rant.
Yeah, I mean, for me, so we're all about opportunity, right? And so our company, we could easily like go fulfillment center and like kick everybody out and just have our business run a lot smoother. we said no, and we decided to keep our people because we wanted to employ Black people. That's what we were all about. And we wanted to employ people that went to HBCUs, that look like us. And when I feel like they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but yet are asking for more leeway, more money, more this, and you can't even complete the basic job, and I could easily replace you for less money, that frustrates me. And so a lot of people are like this, hand out, but you're not giving me any extra hours. And then when you are there, you're on your phone the whole time, or you're doing orders wrong, or whatever it might be. And so that's what frustrated me. And I think that that's a part of entrepreneurship. And so a lot of times, like, that wasn't like the first day it happened. That was like day 50. I'm like, all right, now y'all playing. Mm-hmm. And we're at a point where we can't have anybody playing right now. We're like, we need to get orders out. Black History Month is always one of our biggest months. Mm. So we're trying to like get rid of an old system and implement a new one. And it's like a lot of transition going on. So I need everybody to be on top of their game. So that's kind of how the rant came about.
Got you. Yo, so for one, I'm gonna do a personality test for you and your whole squad. It'll be interesting. It'll be really, really interesting, yeah. And a light bulb will go off, and you'll understand each other even more.
We need that.
Honestly, on the rant, I was like, dang, I hope we ain't talking about Justin. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I was like,
y'all wouldn't put each other out there like that, right?
On Justin. We just have a conversation.
But you didn't use anybody's name, so you know, like things can go bad.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Justin knew. I mean, I would never out Justin because this is my partner at the end of the day. So I always tell people, if no one else is here, it's going to be me and Justin. So that's the one person I'm not about to say nothing about, not publicly. We can talk.
That boy fake.
Not like that. But you know, I ain't going to put him on Instagram or nothing. Right. We can have our own conversations and deal with whatever we got to deal with.
Yeah. What makes your business relationship work, you two?
I think it's trust. I think it's just knowing that no matter what, the other person is willing to work very hard. And we put a lot of time into this so it won't fail. But like, we just can't. And I think just the years that we put in, the trust, the things that we've been through, that's probably what I would say.
Yeah, I would echo a lot of that. And then communication. Like, he's a better
don't talk that much.
When it's time to talk.
It was worse. When I first came out here, I didn't talk at all.
Oh my gosh. He wouldn't leave his room. And I'm like, bro,
what is that about? Are you just
can I tell you something else?
For sure.
I always tell people, I don't know this Justin, right? I'm so serious. In college, and I'm not going to put all his business out there, but Justin was a different person. He's a little more on the active side. You know, he had his hair out. Girls should be touching his hair and all that.
You was lit in college?
Man, Justin was the most popular kid in our school. Easily. At Howard University. Y'all know about Howard. I mean, it's a notable HBC. He was the most popular kid in school.
Really?
So this person is completely different. The person who don't talk to nobody or just be like really laying really low. So I'm still meeting this Justin. Like, I don't really know this person. Like, Justin reading in college? Like, what? But he reads every day. So, you know, I can talk to him about that. But, you know, I think for us, that communication, when things get tough and we have to make these decisions, we both have the same end goal. So we are able to communicate, even if he don't want to talk or even if I want to talk too much. And because I'm a lot of times emotional when I speak, he knows that it's coming from a place of good. Like, I might be saying the wrong things, but the goal is still the same. And so that's how we're able to kind of like work together.
I have a lot of patience.
What happened?
I have a lot of patience too.
What happened between college and now that turned you into? Do you see it different?
Yeah, for sure.
But it in no way you don't see it.
I just started to take my life seriously. I don't know. One day I was just I was in my apartment. I woke up. I went to work and I came back and everybody was asleep still. Like, I had went to work, came back. The house was dirty. Everyone was asleep. 4 people, 3 on the floor, 1 in my room. I was just like, this is not what I want. And I was like, you know, what are the things that I can do? I don't have any money. I don't know what to do. Like, what are small things that I can change that are free that can take me to the next level? And I said, all right, cool. Average CEO reads 50, 60 books a year. I haven't read any this year. The average American reads 1 per year. That's one thing that's very easy that I could pick up and start implementing right now today. And then I bought the book called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. And I said, and in that book, it told me to read for an hour every day. And if you do that, then you'll, you know, complete a certain amount of books. So I started doing that. And then I just realized that, you know, if I had to change, you know? And then I just realized that I couldn't be that same person if I wanted to be the next, you know, what I look for in the future. And I just gave up everything. I was willing to sacrifice the fun, the drinking, like, you know, all of that to be who I want to be, who I am now. And still things that I need to sacrifice to go to the next place. So that's really changed. I walked in the house and my heart started hurting. It was weird. I don't tell nobody this. My heart started hurting. I was like, and then something just told me, like, bro, you're meant for more than this. Like, you're meant for more greatness. And this is not the life you're supposed to be living. So go look and see what you need to be doing and, like, kind of research. And then that's when I just said, you know, let me start picking up books. And then now my daily routine is wake up, immediately read for an hour. After that, meditate for an hour. And then after that, work out. But I've been falling off on workouts to be straight. But everything else I've been pretty solid on. So.
And he forgot to say an hour shower.
Oh yeah, I meditate in the shower. That's why.
You really?
So he be sick. That
Bruh. He's like, what are you cold? Bruh, come on, bruh.
Wait, so I want to dig more into that and get really clear because I'm big on routine, especially wake up routine and bedtime routine.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear both of your. Corey's like, no.
I got a routine. I wake up and figure out what's going on.
I wake up and wait for Justin to finish the shower. What is your specific morning routine?
Wake up. So this is really weird. I've never talked about this. So I sleep on the floor because I try to, like,
a bed, by the way.
I have a bed, but I sleep on the floor every day.
Justin, low-key weird. A little bit. Like, he just told me.
Hey, bro.
And he sleeps with the door open.
But whatever is happening, it's
Door
working.
open and on the floor.
I would love to live in your
Wait,
brain.
I gotta
for a
hear
few
about
minutes,
this.
like-
Tell us.
Oh, trust me. This is interesting. I want to hear about it too.
Yeah, I've never told. I don't think I told Corey. So a long time ago, excuse me, I was reading some article, and it was basically some guys like basically saying that he sleeps on the floor even though he has a bed to kind of trick himself to, like, I have to keep working until I can afford to get a bed. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna sleep on the floor, and when I wake up, work as if I don't have a bed, and I need to make some money or do something to get a bed to sleep in. So every day I just sleep on the floor to remind myself that when I wake up, I need to work harder to, like, afford the opportunity to sleep in the bed. And I don't know. So I've just been doing that for like a year or two now.
Wow. Okay, so you're on the floor. You wake up
Pick up a book.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the books are right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
It sounds crazy.
Yo, do you be walking by the door like, yo?
Judgment in your eyes. Like,
I feel like he got his reasons, but I still don't
Meanwhile,
understand
he's
it.
in his king size,
Right.
like
What?
plush 1,600 thread
I'm
count.
trying to tell you.
Wake up, pick up a book, read for an hour, go into the shower, meditate. Probably takes, like, at first it was taking like an hour and a half, just like really getting control of my mind. And then I started getting good at it. Now it's about like 30, 40
getting
minutes.
control of your mind.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you know, people don't realize that your thoughts run everything. What you think about dictates how you feel. How you feel dictates how you behave. How you behave dictates your personality. And your personality is your personal reality. So if you can't change your thoughts, then you can't change who you are. So I started to take control of my mind and take control of my thoughts. So now that I can be whoever I want, to then be the person that I want to be in the future. So being in the shower, taking control of my mind, telling myself and my body, like, sit down. Yeah. My mind is in control. Like, you do what I say. Rather than, you know, people get feelings like, oh, I want to eat this and I want to, you know, this, like, your body feels that, but they don't have control of their mind. So they operate, their body controls them. So now I'm in a place where my mind controls everything that I do. So.
And one cool hack that he does that I actually started doing was he showers with the lights off. And that was something I never heard of either.
I do that.
I learned a lot, but once I started doing it, it just puts you in a different place.
Mm-hmm.
It almost forces you to close your eyes, almost like it's already dark. You might as well, nothing changes. Yeah, so I started doing that, and I really enjoy it. So
It's a game changer, actually.
Yeah, no,
I
seriously.
only, in the morning, I shower in the dark.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have windows on your
Not in the bathroom.
No?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So.
Okay. So your routine.
Wait. So we got the shower, you've meditated, you come out, and then you just get to work?
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. Usually the day before or the night before, I, like, put everything on my Trello board to, like, see what I'm going to do for the next day. Other than that, just go straight to the warehouse.
All right.
Yeah.
Corey, tell us about this miracle morning of yours.
It works. I'll tell you that.
I'm not sure what it is, but
No, I do have some kind of routine because I have a dog. So I have to walk my dog every day. So it forces me to get up. So if nothing else, that's what I do every day is, walk my dog. And that just gets my blood flowing. I'm just, adding things that could potentially be helping me. And then when I come back in, I feed my dog and I always like make some coffee or like, rarely make something to eat. But, and then I just get ready for the day. And for me, like when I first wake up, like I always force myself to get out of bed. I have a very comfortable bed. And so I have to force myself to get out. So I understand what he's saying now. And I have the California King. So I'm like, I have to roll out of it. so
takes a few minutes.
But I also feel like I get a little better sleep than Justin. So I have a little more energy in the beginning. But then I don't like planning out my days, but I like having checklists for things I need to do that every day. And so instead of saying, I used to write to-do lists, but now I write things I get to do today because I want to seem like it's something I want to do, not like I have to do.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just like balance out my day based off of like, obviously I'm going to walk my dog at this time, and this time. And I base things off in between my dog's schedule, unfortunately. And so what I do though is like, I'm like, all right, if I want to do this and this is computer. All right, when can I do something active? And so I kind of like try to balance my day off of what's active, what's sitting down, what's this. And that's kind of how I do every day. And then obviously I'm handling social for the page. So I'm always looking up like what's going on in the HBCU community. Like, what do we need to post? I'm trying to stay on top of that. I work really closely with our content guy to make sure we're like a certain way. And that's really it. I don't have any specific types of things besides like basing my schedule off my dog, which sounds crazy, but that's just my reality. But I just try to like knock out my to-do list every day. That's my only goal is to like, whatever I got to do, knock it out. And then if I do that every day, then every day I'm going to do more stuff.
I love it. I think it was something interesting. How did you guys determine what the pay scale is for both of you? Because you don't spend a lot of money from the business.
Yeah. What did we do? I think we were modest, like $1,000 a week or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was no real metrics behind it, but yeah.
Well, this year we started putting the money in the separate account.
Oh, yeah. So for a while, we were just taking 10% of revenue and just putting it in a separate account. And then just like, we're going to just break it in the middle at the end of the year.
So you take 10% of at the end of the year?
Yeah, at the end of the year.
Oh, it's almost like a bonus.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're saying $1,000 a week for both of you?
No, it's only the second thing.
Yeah, only the 10%.
We don't pay ourselves monthly.
Yeah.
Like, ever.
So
how you live outside before the books and stuff like that then?
We just have money saved.
From where?
From me.
No.
From
what
where?
do you mean? So how long y'all been building the business together?
This is 3 years now?
two and a half now.
2021.
Yeah.
And y'all don't pay
2021, 2020, and then 2019 is when y'all really started building it.
Yeah.
And you didn't pay each other, you didn't pay anything to each other.
Nah, but we had other money coming in too.
How?
So I mean,
we did a few things. So me and Justin both had a company where we managed people's Instagrams. That helped me for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were getting $100 from 300 people a month, every month. And so that held me for a while. Then we both.
Hold on. Slow down. We're not speeding past that.
Yeah.
How did you get 300 people to pay you $100?
That was easy.
Yeah, that was hella easy. We had this platform that we created that helped people boost their Instagrams. So like basically automation. And so we had a system that we created and basically just funnel people through the system.
So
okay, tell me about the system.
Yeah, so it was like this. Basically, and you know about Instagram automation tools. It'll follow, unfollow, like, comment, those types of things. We had a tool that did that, and we would reach out to people that didn't know about the tool, which is mostly everybody, unless you're like a true marketing person. And then we'll say, hey, love your content, love what you're doing. Do you take your Instagram seriously? If so, I'd love to have you as a client, like something along those lines. Yeah. And then they'll be like, man, of course I take my Instagram seriously. Like I'm trying to build it, whatever.
I hate those people that DM me.
Yeah. That was once us.
That was you guys.
That was once us before.
But see, we had testimonials.
Yeah, we did have testimonials because we worked with like some bigger companies and stuff. So it was like, and then our own personal Instagrams as well. So then we would show them that. And then we would onboard them. So that was like, we had a whole sales script and DMs. So when I first came out here and I didn't have any money, that's what I was doing in my room the whole time. I was DMing 10 people per hour for 30 days straight.
While you're building Support Black Colleges.
Because I didn't even get involved until the month after, the first month that I came. So Corey was still doing it himself.
Is it 2019 or 18?
18. Yeah, so
right before we went on to the first tour.
Yeah. So that first month, I was just DMing folks 10 people an hour, and then got like $5,000, $6,000 in recurring revenue that first month. And then from there, I was like, I'm straight. And then we just kept building it like that. But then we got Tyler Perry.
You missed the part too. Because eventually me and Justin got so good at the reach outs and stuff, we both hired assistants.
Oh, yeah.
And so now they were just doing everything. We were paying them a few $100s. But if they signed 2 or 3 clients, they already paid themselves. Right. And so once we did that, that's why we really started turning up. We started focusing on Support Black Colleges.
Yeah.
But right before we even did that, we got reached out to by Tyler Perry's team. We started doing social media for Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's what they don't see, Donni.
That's
like
what they, right.
Like y'all just building the business. You're not taking any money, but y'all got this other side business.
Yeah.
We got a lot of side money.
Mm-hmm.
So Tyler Perry, that's a lot of money we used to like pay ourselves too. Because so basically I got reached out to do some social media stuff for Tyler Perry. I'm like, I'm not doing it without Justin. So I brought Justin on and we just was knocking it out together. They were paying both of us. And I think they gave us what we asked for too.
Oh yeah.
What'd y'all want?
I think we asked for 80 or 90.
Yeah, something.
And they were like, yeah. And I was like,
we was just splitting it down the middle
for the year.
Y'all are crazy.
For real?
Wow.
So we were doing the social media stuff plus the Tyler Perry stuff. And so we were able to stack a lot of money because our
y'all was
like
Then Corey sold do-rags before.
Oh, yeah.
Like
what?
I was selling do-rags for a long time. I made probably like $50,000 from selling do-rags.
Yeah.
Really?
And then I got lucky. Before I spent my last $10,000 with Corey, I had put all my money in Bitcoin, like the other money that I had. So I was just chilling. So like even now, it's just
how much was Bitcoin when you bought it?
3,500.
How much did you put in?
I couldn't even tell you. I have to look at my Coinbase, but I have like more than one coin, so I have like full coins.
We got full coins out here.
I remember when he did it. I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't understand. I'm like, bro, what do you mean you don't have any cash? He kept saying I don't have any money. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I know you have money. Like, I'll put it in this thing. And I'm like, all right.
Man. Okay, so 2019, do y'all remember how much you made?
For Support Black Colleges?
Yeah, Support Black Colleges.
700,000.
I mean, 700,000 the first full year.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
There's no sob story there.
So out of the 700,000, you take 70,000 of like gross, or you take?
Yeah, but we just put it all back into the business.
Yeah, we didn't take nothing.
Yeah,
I didn't take anything.
We put it to the side, but we just put it back in.
So 2020, y'all took a salary.
Yes, but then we put it back in again.
Yeah. Initially, we took it.
What do you mean you take? Why?
Just reinvesting.
Yeah. Company needs it, so we're trying to do more things and expand. So we just didn't take money again.
And plus, you guys you're already making money on the side, so you don't need the
right.
And like when you got ebooks, it's like we can just keep putting the money back in the business.
So this year, y'all probably not gonna pay yourself either.
Well, I'm gonna pay myself this year probably.
What did you guys finish up? So
2019,
2019, you did 700. I mean, you had $1 million Black Friday weekend. So what'd you finish out at 2020?
4 million, like 20,000, a little over 4 million.
What do you credit
hoodies
that growth from? Because and that's a strong point. Everybody that I know wants a t-shirt line or hoodie line or something like that. No matter what business they're in primarily, everybody always ends up wanting apparel.
All right, look, I know you're enjoying the episode, but I got to tell you, finally, you asked for it, and we created a Patreon, okay? We created an inner circle. We have amazing stories, amazing information, the how-tos from the episodes. The only thing we're missing is a community. So it's about that time. We put together a Patreon, we put together a community because we have to have conversation around the information. So even this podcast we're listening to right now, there needs to be conversation. I want to hear what you got. Like, let's throw some stuff back and forth. And because we're like-minded, we're all going in the same direction. When we connect in a community, we can connect on other stuff outside the community because we're building real relationships, okay? So check out the Patreon. We got 3 tiers. I don't care what tier you join. The support is appreciated. Okay, thank you so much. Now back to the episode.
So you've got all of these t-shirtpreneurs who want to come out that are struggling to just make $1,000 a month. Yeah. Like, what's been y'all secret sauce? Is it because it's attaching on to, if I'm looking at it, I'm saying you guys were genius and really going hard with this at the time that you did, because we're on this pro-Black movement right now. Everything is pro-Black, save our Black women, save our Black men. Is it timing for you, or is there a different special sauce that made it pop?
It's a lot of things. I mean, you can go. I think there's a few things though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say two things. I think one, the niche. Like one of my mentors always told me, the riches are in the niches.
Mm-hmm.
So when you niche down, you can really scale. So one, then just the message in general. I think that helps us out a lot. And then also, the things that we were really good at were paid ads. That took us to the next level.
Yeah.
On all platforms, like Google's like killing it for us. And then influencers, grassroots, and then just content creation, like building a community. So those are like the four things that we really focused on that like killed it for us.
And I would add one more thing to that. I think everything he said was exactly how it was. And one thing I will add is that we were able to pivot based off of what was going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody, like a lot of people just heard about us this year, but we've been doing this. So like we already had the foundation. We already had a solid community of people who knew about us. But like when the Black Lives Matter first started, the movement started happening, we made a shirt called Support Black Lives. So we took this Support Black, we changed this word to lives. We put a dope message on it from Desmond Tutu, and we sold that shirt. We did $100,000 in a day and didn't even have an actual shirt. It was just
it was a mock-up.
A very high quality mock-up. And then when the May the Stallion Tory Lanez thing happened, plus Kamala running for office, we were like, we did Support Black Women shirt.
Yeah.
So we did Support Black Women. We put a quote, Black women deserve better on the back. Cool. When Kobe died, we did a Kobe shirt. We had him, instead of dunking a basketball, he was dunking a Support Black College logo. And so like, we just been able to adjust, and all those things that we did made us hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, and it was just quick because people are impulse buyers and they're all with fads and trends. So we kept our hero products, what made us money, but then we added little things here and there that allowed us to grow and reach a new audience. Like the Support Black Women shirts and the Support Black Live. I saw white people wearing Support Black Live shirts. The first time I saw a white person wearing one, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this is great. And so I wanted to continue to make sure that we could include as many people as possible, because like we have a niche, but we have a really broad niche. Support Black colleges, you didn't have to go to HBCU. It's called Support Black colleges. Not I went to a Black college.
Right.
So if you didn't go to a Black college, you can still buy something. Or if your cousin, your auntie, whatever, you can buy it for yourself, or you can buy it for somebody else. So I think that helped us win as well.
Did you go to a Black college?
North Carolina A&T.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
I'm from Greensboro.
I didn't know you went
Are
to
you?
HBCU.
Yeah.
Okay, I went to A&M. So we all Alabama A&M. So we all in here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
impressed. I'm impressed. A&T.
Yeah.
Were you an engineering major?
Chemical engineering.
It is.
How'd you know that?
Engineering school. Really good school for engineering.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, Corey, you smarter than you come off. You know? you look at Corey as the person
Howard
that's
was
just
my
out
first
here.
pick, though.
Yeah.
Howard was
Howard's
my
always
first-
number one choice.
Howard was my number one choice. My mom wasn't feeling the neighborhood out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I understand.
So
Yeah.
A&T did it.
I got a very serious question. So are you dating?
No.
Okay. But what you do when they come to the crib,
That's
do you
funny.
pick the bed? Like, or do they cuddle up next to the book on the floor with you?
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
This is good. So the bed that I have it's actually like, it extends out. So like you can like pull it out.
It's a day bed.
Is that what it's called?
I think it's the color.
Yeah,
A
so
trundle bed.
It's like, it's the full bed if you pull it out, but then it can also be like a, I
like,
don't know,
I don't know, but
a couch.
yeah. Anyways,
It's like a couch
but
bed.
so yeah.
Could you imagine what my reaction to that would be?
You walk in like, okay.
I'm right here. So is there
But-
another room or something?
Nah,
just
I
a
mean,
start.
it just depends. Like I'll sleep in the bed regularly if I'm
Entertaining.
courting a woman. But also when I court women as well, I let them know like what I'm about and what I do and what I'm focused on and what my purpose is. So if you can't understand the things that I do, then it just wasn't meant to be.
You ever come across
So-
any floor sleepers? Like, she's like, oh,
They'll
yes,
sleep
I
on the
sleep
floor
in
with
boys
you?
too.
One thing about Justin though is like, he gonna go dressed like this. Like he not about to
100%.
put on his best outfit. He about to, this is me. So
Is this your best outfit?
No, not even close.
Is this how you would take a woman on a date?
Nah.
But this is
put on
one
some
thing I
shoes.
do love about Justin is he is himself, unapologetically.
That's
yo,
dope.
tell you,
That's
I'm-
the
I
dopest
mentioned
thing to be is
obviously, I
yourself.
don't think he, you know what I'm saying, pull out the flip flop. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen you in sneakers.
besides playing
Nah,
basketball,
I was wearing sneakers when we went to, what's it called? The
Maggiano's?
Spurgo. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, man, that's dope.
Let's not get it misconstrued. I got sneakers. I have nice
I feel like
things.
Justin wants a tree house and
Nah,
live off the nature.
So we got one of people. I think we were at. He was looking at was it a Lamborghini or something like that? Justin was like, man, I need to just go get one of them. Wearing his flip flops and all that. Like he is the millionaire next door.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're not going to
next door. Yeah, for sure.
Corey over here, he's going to get the Mozzie.
I'm telling you. Listen. When I got my car, it wasn't even supposed to happen like that. Justin can attest because he was there. I was going to find a Range Rover or like a Jeep. That's what I was going for. But my homeboy who worked at the dealership was like, hey, we just got this Maserati in. And it was like something I could not pass up. I could not pass it up, so I didn't. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you got.
I love it.
It's almost as good as like a police impounding a car, and it's very cheap. It was like one of those things. It was legit.
Gotcha.
It was very cheap, so I had to go ahead and hop on that.
So if you guys are gonna tell somebody something about partnerships, right? There's two friends. They're going into partnership together. What type of advice would you give them so it doesn't ruin the friendship? Because I think there's a lot of people been in that situation.
I think for me, is understanding what the end goal is and finding a way to work together to get to that end goal. And like me and Justin argue all the time about stuff, but when you understand the end goal, it makes it a little easier to understand why a person might be saying something attached with, their background and their life story. So because I know about Justin's life and, how he was raised, I can attest certain things to why he acts a certain way. And then I also take that knowledge that I have and say, okay, why is he saying this? Even though it might be the wrong language, why is he saying it to me? And then I can understand that our end goal is the same, so it all kind of works out. For sure. So that's for me, just understanding the end goal and being able to communicate with each other when times get really rocky. Because everybody knows what it feels like when times are good, when times are bad. Like, how are you responding? Are you going to hide in a hole? Or are you going to get out and do some work? And so I think that helps.
Mine is just two things. I operate from a place of honesty. So like, Corey knows I don't lie. Like, that's just something I don't do. And then another thing is that I believe that the best idea should win. So I don't operate from a place of this is my idea. I'm defensive over it, and I think that it should be right. I'm willing to hear ideas from Corey, our staff, anybody, and I don't think that I'm too smart to get help that I have the best idea. So I'm willing to hear whatever anyone has to offer. And if it's genuinely the best idea, then I decide to run with that. So I think just coming from a place of being very honest, being very transparent, communicating well, and then just operating from a selfless place of what's going to push the business forward at the end of the day. That's where I operate from.
And what's next for Support Black Colleges?
God.
Man. We got some cool stuff coming up this month.
Like what?
Well, I mean, we don't know what month this is.
This is February.
We didn't want to know what month.
Yeah, we didn't.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll take that part out.
It's okay. No, we're done.
We got some cool stuff going up.
Gotcha. So are you guys forecasting like do you see like stores? Do you see like all kind of stuff? Or is it like, we're just going to keep our head down and keep working?
I think a little bit of both. The stores have already been reaching out. We just had to get ourselves ready and prepared for that scale. And we're still working on that. It takes a little bit of time. But, you're talking about like 4, 5, 6 big box retailers, like reaching out, wanting thousands of pieces,
cool.
Especially for,
name some, just a couple.
Yeah, Macy's, Bloomingdale's, DTLR,
Jimmy
Jazz, a few others.
Would you go to Macy's? Macy's is like where brands go to die, kind of.
I don't know.
We kind of one of those things where if somebody comes in and never seen it before, they can find us in a place like that.
This is a good thing to share too. I think that all of it's not going to be like crazy money unless you get millions of pieces sold. But the good thing about me and Corey is that we're really strong marketing guys. So we can take an opportunity like Macy's and leverage it on social media to create millions of dollars actually, rather than just making a small margin on the actual deal. So
because we'll still hold Macy's in a, like when you hear it, it's like, oh, you're Macy's, you still get that shock.
Okay. Yeah.
But we don't care about that. I'd rather keep all the profit for myself, honestly, and give them nothing. But we also know that people value you're at Macy's, you are a real company. We're a real company before Macy's. You just didn't realize it. So.
And then tomorrow...
You're in Macy's because you're a real company.
Right.
Right? Where they're looking at
tomorrow, 2K is tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so all of the clothes are going to be like in 2K. It's like where you can pick a hoodie and stuff and like your character can wear it.
In 2K. Oh!
In like the PlayStation game?
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so that's happening tomorrow.
Let me ask you.
How did that happen?
Do they give you money for that?
No. So it's one, we didn't have to pay and they didn't give us any money, but we're gonna make a lot of money from it.
I bet. Oh, because y'all know how to leverage. Y'all know the
So
streets.
Do you see how excited and impressed we just were? Could you imagine what
Oh
this
my
is?
gosh. Yeah.
it's gonna be crazy.
It makes me want to go get the game.
That's the hope. So what we're doing is, so let me tell you how I got the deal, because we're all about influencer marketing, and that's kind of where I specialize in. And basically what I did was Ronnie 2K is a guy who everyone knows from 2K. He's like the creator, but he's not the guy who does everything for 2K, but he's the face. So you look at us as the face, but there's people who do other things as well for our company that costs it to run. So what I did was I went to Ronnie 2K and I went to the people he follows. And I just went through all of them. Every single person who said 2K, I DM like, hey, a lot of NBA guys wear our stuff. Like, it's no reason why we shouldn't be in the game, essentially. And so I probably got hit up by like 4 or 5 of them. They're like, oh, I know your brand. I love it. Let me see how I can help you. 3 or 4 of them couldn't help. There was this one guy, he went to UMES, HBCU. He said, bro, I love you. I got hella hoodies, da-da-da. I want to connect you with the person who's over product in the game. So the next day, 24 hours later, I was on the call with the lady and we set it up. Initially, we were supposed to be, it was supposed to come out for Black Friday. Didn't come out, so now it's coming out now. But now, so we're going to be in the game. Gonna be dope. Cool. So now on the opposite end, this is what I'm doing. I found a bunch of influencers that are on 2K, a bunch of guys that have a lot of followers that people know. I'm like, hey, all y'all go cop this hoodie. It's going to be free in the game. I convinced them to make it free. So I don't want people to spend any of their like digital coins or whatever. I want it to be free so that
everybody
people can have it. Yep. And there's not a lot of free good merch in the game. There's a lot of free merch, but not a lot of good merch. And so I wanted to be free. I convinced them to make it free. And then I'm going to get a bunch of influencers that we're all going to meet up at this park at one time or tomorrow night at 9. And we're all going to be wearing a hoodie.
Did I get an invite?
Come on, you got 2K?
It's in the game, Shan.
Yeah, it's like in the game.
They're going to
meet at the park.
Yeah, like in the game.
I lost. I'm sorry. All I heard was a meetup.
It's in the game. So all the characters are going to have the stuff on, and I'm going to like get video. My video guy's going to chop it up and all that. And then 2K sent us some screenshots already, so we're going to use that to push.
That's hard.
That's dope.
And then they're going to push on their YouTube, which have millions and thousands of followers. And so then it's going to just be a big thing. And
then we chop up that content, run it through the influencer pages, like small start a Black business and all of those, like 26 and 29-year-old entrepreneur get their, type of thing.
And then also we like run ads to people who like 2K or like basketball. And then we get somebody like Chris Paul to be like, hey, my guys just made it onto 2K. Basketball head is like, we use that one thing from 50 things and make a lot more money than, if they would have paid us to, or we had to pay whatever. It didn't even matter. Like free, whatever. We're going to make it work. So
I love it. That's
coming.
Look, man, this was amazing. Do you have anything else to share? Did we not?
I have
did we
a
miss
bunch
anything?
to share. First of all, I gotta give y'all's props for that. Corey, number one, being the leader. I believe you are the founder of the Get on Stage and Start With My Story Is.
My question is.
My question is.
Yeah, that video is hilarious.
First of all,
police.
Corey's like, I don't have time for the backstory. I need you to get on stage.
As possible. Yeah. You can't do that when people are just chatting.
You see why I leave?
Oh yeah, I get it,
bro. I get overwhelmed when you have
a lot.
Say there's 8 people came to the stage, including the 7 moderators. I'm overwhelmed. I look at that as a time commitment. Yeah, at least the people I brought on the stage, I gotta wait. Right. So that's why I'm like, yo.
It's one of those things where, for me, see, a lot of people have never moderated in real life. And so they take moderation. They think it means like a badge of whatever, but it really means you're supposed to help guide conversation.
Just like y'all are.
So you are moderators in this conversation. And when people do that amongst a lot of people, they're like bringing 40 people up to the stage and like, it's no way to moderate that. It's just no real way.
Yeah.
So for me, I try to keep it super controlled. And I felt that if you start with my question is, it forces you to go ahead and ask a question.
Yeah.
And so that's how it started. And then because I'm stern about it, I'm nice about it, but I'm stern. People are like, well, you're the police. So it turned into this whole thing. And then
isn't your club room named My Question Is room?
Yeah, my question is.
No, but what I think is so dope about both of you, Justin, you're always on Clubhouse. Both of you guys, really. But what
this is a squatter, though.
This is
He's a squatter. That's cap. That's cap.
That is not. Is that cap?
That's cap.
But I've been out to dinner with you while you're on Clubhouse.
But I had 2
I've been out to dinner with you while you're on Clubhouse.
I'm a squatter. I own it. I'll be on stage because people are going to see it, click your bio, and they're going to follow you.
Absolutely.
I own it. Don't try to act like, see.
I'll be back and forth.
No, but what I
We
do
went to
love.
full-fledged dinner, bro. Yo, so
But you heard me. I had one phone right here and the other one was posted.
Yeah, two
I
phones.
cannot.
That's crazy.
You were on 2 phones.
Yeah.
in
Just
two
getting
different
the
rooms,
followers.
which means you can only actually be, even if you're at dinner with me, there's one phone sitting here. You got another phone, you're listening for your name. Woo. All right.
Well,
The
at
dinner
any
went
rate,
well.
The dinner went well.
the dinner went well. I think it's so dope for you guys to still find the time to be in that space, but in a real transparent and authentic way. That's why anytime if I'm in a room, I see you guys pop in, you're on the stage, you have to be because you're important for the culture. Like you give real value adds in these rooms. It's not just about we made $1 million or $100,000 and you need to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like anytime y'all are on stage, I'm legit taking notes. Like there's a bar that's going to be dropped.
100%.
And not just taking notes, I've actually implemented some of the stuff with my own clients and results, right?
That's good.
So y'all give hella value in the Clubhouse rooms.
I think it's important because a lot of people, I was talking about this earlier on Clubhouse actually. I was saying that there's these millionaire rooms, these big millionaire rooms, where people can't even envision themselves there yet.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you have to meet them where they are. And some people are just starting, or some people are like a little seasoned, but they need that extra boost to get them to the next level and scale up. So I'll try to talk to as many people as possible. So people will say, well, what do you do about shipping? I'm like, well, we're actually struggling with that. And I talk about our own personal experience because it's the reality of entrepreneurship. If I would be like, oh, that's easy. All you got to do is add this app and this app and this app. It doesn't work like that. And so I think a lot of times that people are not given actionable information, whether it's because they don't actually implement it or they actually don't know. They're just speaking from what
or they're
somebody else say.
afraid. They're afraid
to be vulnerable. But I think vulnerability has allowed us to grow how we are because we're like, hey, our warehouse flooded. This is what happened. We lost $22,000 worth of merchandise. This is a part
that
of it.
happened?
Yeah, that happened.
That sucks.
Right before Black Friday.
That sucks.
And then we had to move warehouses. And then Black Friday happened. And that's why we're like still struggling. So it's like one of those things that it actually happens. But the difference between us and maybe person B is we about to get it done and figure it out no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's why on Sunday, just now we were at the warehouse and when we leave here, we're going back to work.
How many people do you guys have staffed in the warehouse?
13.
13.
Yeah.
And so your
including us.
struggle is in getting orders, fulfilling orders with manpower?
That's our
You're
business
managing
strategy.
13 people because 13 people don't mean you're effective. It just means you have 13 people.
So last month we had about 25 people in there. And you can only imagine. I mean, it looked like a lot of people was in there working, but it wasn't as effective as we thought. And that's just, we couldn't be on top of everybody at all times. That's why we put people in place. But, things happen and, you have to just be able to understand the business and be able to pivot when things are not working out a certain way. And that's what we're trying to do. So, for sure.
So you guys are in the middle of,
And
I won't say,
Jovan is here. You know what this
you
means?
guys are in, we got to
means we have a
go.
booking it.
Yeah. You guys are in the middle of like major fulfillment. I don't want to call them an issue, but for lack of better words right now, you're in the middle of a major fulfillment issue. You're in the warehouse, hands-on, getting these orders out. And you took the time to come by and stop by the Social Proof podcast. Hush. You took the time to come
gets
by.
the name of the podcast wrong all the time. The Sleepless for Seconds podcast. You're
I was
on
about
it.
to say support Black College. Anyway.
This is now our podcast. It's our podcast.
Y'all took the time to come out.
Yeah.
So we are going to have to wrap it up. But as usual, think of a bar. I'm saying it this time. Think of a bar that you want to leave us with about partnership, about business. Just do what y'all do because everything y'all say is like gold.
Absolutely.
We're gonna bring it to a commercial. Shans, I'm gonna allow you to go first.
Oh, thank you. And she's sweet. So this episode is sponsored, as always, by themorningmeetup.com, themorningmeetup.com. Themorningmeetup.com is the only organization and community that gathers every single day for the betterment of entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs you talk about helping, we actually help them on a regular basis every single day, Monday through Friday.
I need to get in there.
8 a.m.
That's hard.
You need to be on there.
No, facts. I need to get in there. Like, you did a room and it was like, that was the title of it. And all people who came, I'm like, this is lit.
Yo, it's crazy. Here's what's dope. So I made it for the beginning entrepreneur. Somebody's not an entrepreneur yet, but like we have millionaires, multi-millionaires that jump in because they need that community. They want some people to be around some people that they can learn and grow from. And I'm actually on there every day. So I want to get both of you on the call if I can.
Let's do it.
To kind of pour into our audience because the people you're talking about, that's who's there.
For sure. So go to themorningmeetup.com. You need to be a part. It is only $1. What's so funny, y'all?
The commercials are hilarious.
I'm marketing like
morning
y'all,
meetup. I repeat,
Hey, man,
themorningmeetup.com.
this thing's got a ring. You think we're at 90-something episodes, and I think probably 60 of them we talk about it. So I think there's maybe I think it's 24 or 27 people join every week.
Wow.
That's hard.
That's dope.
So, yeah, man, it's a huge community. People from all across the country. So go to themorningmeetup.com. I'm going to do something very special only because you guys are here. I'm going to do this $1 trial, okay? They can join for $1. You better get on in there. For a whole week, just $1. After your trial period, it's $79. But if you want to stay, stay. If you don't, no obligation, no commitment, no contracts.
You're going to stay.
Oh, people don't leave. People don't leave. That's why I want to prove, come on for $1. There's no way you don't get value from this, period. Exactly. And we have a book club. We just implemented our book club. We're on our second book. And every single morning we read the chapter. We discuss the chapter that we read the night before.
Oh, that's hard.
So like we're literally walking through books, and we'll probably read about 15 books this year.
That's hard.
Wow.
Absolutely. So go to themorningmeetup.com. You don't need a promo code. Just go to themorningmeetup.com. Your trial will start as soon as you enroll, and you'll be on the very next call. So go to themorningmeetup.com and enroll. Donnie.
This episode is also brought to you by sixfigureedu.com. It is the only community.
You're still on my bars.
The only community where you can come in and get trained by me, train and develop to build and launch your own coaching and consulting programs. And this is whether you want to release courses, group memberships, done for you, done with you, do it yourself programs. I will help you from the very beginning create and develop a six-figure coaching plus program. And we are also being sponsored by Post to Paid. Post to Paid, where I help entrepreneurs who struggle with posting on social media create stories that sell every single day. Did you know that I am literally texting my community every single day, 3 times a day, a post prompt so that you can tell stories on your social media, Instagram or Facebook, wherever you like to be, that will make you money directly from my phone to yours 3 times a day. And you can do that by texting me at 404-737-2767. One more time, that's 404-737-2767. Text the words Post to Paid.
And I will say, no cap, Donnie is the best entrepreneurship coach I've ever met in my life. That is not a joke. That is an official cosign. I hired her to coach my wife. I promise you, anybody that needs help, I literally recommend Donnie, period. So not everybody's her client, but...
I got a lot of people that are my clients.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably coach your favorite coach. Yeah. So there it is.
So let everybody know how to find you. Hold on, y'all got affiliate links for your...
I got you, bro.
Click the link below. Okay. We need parts. Okay, go ahead. Let us know how to find you. And just both of y'all just close this out, man, with a word of wisdom.
Also, this episode is also sponsored by Spine. So you can find me at Mr. Arvinger and also Support Black College. And one thing I want to leave everybody with is don't look at other people's journey to determine your own. A lot of times people are like looking at people who are successful or have the cars, the money, whatever. And, you know, you're like, why am I not in that place? And you don't know their struggle. You don't know their journey. People have no idea what our backstory is. And so we got here because we put in the work. We put in the work. We built. We stayed down and, you know, we got to where we are now, but people might see us and meet us for the first time and be like, oh, these guys are, you know, this because of this. They're on Clubhouse. That's where they're famous or successful. And no one knows that, you know, 3 years ago, we've been doing this. Mm-hmm. And so just don't determine your journey. Don't look at other people's to determine your journey. I think that's really important, especially with the social media age and everybody on Instagram flexing. So I think that's one thing I want to leave people with.
I love it, Justin.
For sure. Justin, Instagram, iHo Nation, Clubhouse, Justin P. Thing I'll leave you with is, I'll kind of go off what Corey said. Just don't set money goals. I realize that, you know, when you set money goals, it can always be beat. And you can say, hey, I want to make $1 million. Once you do that, you double it, you triple it, you quadruple it. So instead, set a goal of just being a better person every day. And if you get 1% better, you're 365% better. And a lot of times I look back last month and I don't even recognize who I am because I've grown so much in that in 30 days. So, just try to be a better person every day and don't set your goals on money because they'll always expand.
Also, one more thing. If you're looking to get into e-commerce and you want to start a business. Me and Justin both have ebooks, but they're completely different. So if you resonated with Justin, you need to go to his website, which is in his bio.
Well, we don't go to the website. We just click the link below.
First of all, they need both books. They're very, very different. They need, you guys have totally different perspectives.
Y'all need to have like a third funnel with both of them, yo.
That's a fact.
Or like in the funnel, like you need to offer his.
Yeah. Add to cart.
And then vice versa. Yeah, man, stop being
He probably
selfish.
already worked on it. You know, Justin got hella
He already
projects.
has it. The funnel is saved. He just hasn't published it yet.
I just don't know.
He probably selling your joint just to make sure it works.
Just to make sure it works
He
first.
has a PDF. There is a chance that he could be reselling my book.
Absolutely.
If you are a floor sleeper, just shoot in Justice.
Shoot him a shot.
There's some floor sleepers out there. All right, cool, man. Listen, we can't close it out no better than that, man. Do me a favor. Go get you some social proof, meaning go build something, okay? Don't cap about it. Go put your head down, go to work, build something. But I'm going to ask you to do me a very serious favor. Go back to your community and teach somebody how you did it, just how these two, Donni, myself, we take the information that we've gathered and executed on, then we go back and teach our community, okay? So I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
What if I told you for $1, I will introduce you to hundreds of entrepreneurs every single morning this week? From all across the country, you'll be able to talk to hundreds of entrepreneurs, and I'll coach you. I'll coach you for $1 this whole week, and I'll introduce you to some of my successful friends for $1 this week. Would you take part in that? Well, go to themorningmeetup.com because that's exactly what we're doing here, okay? The only organization that gathers entrepreneurs every single day for the betterment of entrepreneurship, okay? Every single day, Monday through Friday, we gather, we're growing, we're learning. We got a book club. Have you ever seen hundreds of entrepreneurs reading the same book? Every single chapter, every single day, we're growing together, okay? You need the environment to grow in. Themorningmeetup.com, $1. I'm gonna give you all of this for $1. If you wanna stay, great. It's $79 a month after that. If not, no obligation. You can leave whenever you want. All right? Themorningmeetup.com. I'll see you in the morning.